Hey everyone, welcome to the Speak English podcast. I'm David, and I'm really excited about today's topic.
And I'm Sarah. If you want to speak English more fluently, you're in the right place. We're here to guide you step by step.
So, let me ask you this. Do you understand English pretty well, but freeze when it's time to speak? Do you hesitate, searching for words, or trying to build a sentence in your head? You're not alone. That's super common.
Absolutely. That's why in this episode, we're going to show you how to form English sentences quickly to speak more fluently. That's our focus today, and we'll break it down into simple techniques you can start using right away.
You don't need to memorize a million grammar rules. Instead, we'll teach you how to train your brain to build sentences fast, speak with more confidence, and stop overthinking.
And just a quick reminder, if you find this kind of content helpful, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like this video. It helps us a lot and makes sure you never miss a new lesson.
All right, let's dive in. First, we'll explain why so many learners struggle to form sentences, and then we'll give you practical techniques that really work.
Stick with us, because by the end of this episode, you'll know how to form English sentences quickly to speak more fluently, and you'll feel ready to put it into practice. Let's get started.
Before you can speak English fluently, you need to know how to form sentences quickly. Many learners get stuck trying to build perfect sentences. The truth is, speaking fluently means building your confidence first, with simple techniques that train your brain to respond fast.
That's why in today's episode, we'll introduce you to 10 practical techniques that will help you speak more naturally and form sentences faster. These are techniques that anyone can apply, no matter your level, if you stay consistent and give your brain the right kind of training.
The first technique is to think in simple sentence structures. Don't try to speak like a professor. Instead, say things like, I like coffee, or she is happy. These sentences are fast, effective, and easy to expand as you grow. Simple structures are your foundation.
Next, focus on common sentence patterns. English often follows predictable patterns like subject plus verb plus object. Practicing these over and over makes them automatic. For example, he reads a book, they eat dinner, we love movies. Patterns create fluency.
Then we have the shadowing technique. This means listening to a sentence and immediately repeating it aloud, mimicking the speaker's tone and rhythm. It's powerful because it helps your brain connect sounds, words, and sentence flow all at once.
Another great method is question and answer training. You practice by asking and answering questions like, "What did you do today?" "I cleaned my room." This builds quick thinking in English and simulates real conversation, which boosts your confidence.
Let's talk about the timer technique. Set a timer for 1 minute and choose a word, any word. Then try to form as many different sentences as possible using that word. This trains your brain to form sentences quickly and pushes your fluency limits.
Don't forget memorizing common phrases. Phrases like, "I think so," "That's interesting," or "Can you help me?" come up all the time. When you memorize these, they pop into your mind instantly, so you don't have to think about grammar or structure in the moment.
Technique number 8 is describing what you see. Look around and say what's happening. The sun is shining. A woman is talking on the phone. I see 2 kids playing. This helps train your brain to think in English without needing translation.
Speaking of translation, one of the biggest barriers is translating mentally before speaking. If you want to speak fast, train yourself to think directly in English. Instead of thinking in your native language first, look at something and name it directly in English.
Now let's add one more. Storytelling practice. Telling short stories, even just 2 or 3 sentences, helps you link ideas naturally. For example, yesterday, I went to the park. I saw a dog. It was running fast. Storytelling builds rhythm and fluency over time.
And finally, don't isolate yourself. Practicing with other people makes a big difference. You can join groups, language exchanges, or even just talk to a friend who's also learning. The interaction forces your brain to respond faster and in real situations.
Let's start by applying the first technique, thinking in simple sentence structures. Listen to this. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I come home. Simple, right? These are basic, but powerful. When you master this type of sentence, speaking becomes faster and more natural.
Now, let's look at common sentence patterns. Pattern 1. Subject plus verb plus object. She reads a book. Pattern 2. Subject plus verb plus adjective. The coffee is hot. Pattern 3. Subject plus verb plus preposition plus noun. He walks to the store. Practice repeating these often.
Let's try shadowing now. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat it immediately after me. I'm going to the market. Again. I'm going to the market. Try to copy my rhythm and speed. It may feel hard at first, but over time, your brain learns to build sentences quickly.
Next, we'll show you question and answer training. Listen and repeat. Question: What do you usually eat for dinner? Answer: I usually eat rice and vegetables. Again, what do you usually eat for dinner? I usually eat rice and vegetables. Keep practicing with new questions.
Now it's time to use a timer technique. Choose a word. Let's say, dog. Set a timer for 1 minute and say as many sentences as possible. The dog is sleeping. I love my dog. My dog barks a lot. The pressure of time trains your brain to respond quickly.
Let's demonstrate memorizing common phrases. For example, how are you? I'm not sure. That sounds good. Say them aloud several times. Next time you speak, these phrases will come to you automatically, without needing to think too much about grammar.
Time for describing what you see. Look around you. I see a lamp on the desk. There's a cup of coffee next to it. The window is open. Try this now. Look around your room and describe everything in simple English sentences. This will help build fluency fast.
Let's stop translating mentally. Look at this sentence. The sky is blue. Don't think of it in your native language. Just let the words appear in your mind in English. Say them directly. Practice thinking this way every day and you'll speak much faster.
Now, here's a quick storytelling example. Listen. Yesterday, I went to the store. I bought some bread and milk. Then I came home and made a sandwich. It's simple, but it flows. Try telling your own story in 3 to 4 sentences using past tense.
And finally, let's talk about practicing with others. Imagine you're in a group chat and someone asks, "What did you do today?" You answer, "I studied English, went for a walk, and cooked dinner." Practicing like this with others makes everything feel more real and natural.
One of the biggest benefits of using these techniques is that you stop hesitating when you speak. When you train with simple sentences and patterns every day, you don't need to pause and think about grammar rules. Your brain just knows what to say and how to say it.
Practicing sentence building also boosts your confidence. Imagine being able to answer questions instantly in conversations. When you use question-answer training or shadowing daily, you stop feeling nervous and start feeling ready to speak in real situations.
Another great benefit is that you become more fluent and sound more natural. You won't sound like someone who's translating word by word. You'll sound like someone who actually thinks in English and communicates clearly, just like native speakers do.
These techniques also help improve your listening skills. For example, when you practice shadowing, you train your ears to catch sounds, stress, and rhythm. That makes it easier to understand fast English in real conversations, movies, or even in songs.
Using a timer or practicing storytelling forces your brain to react quickly. This mental speed helps you keep up with group conversations or interviews. You won't get stuck searching for words. Instead, words will come to you more easily, in the right order.
Another advantage is that you'll start to speak with better pronunciation and intonation. Techniques like shadowing and repeating phrases help you mimic the sound and melody of natural English, which makes your speaking more engaging and easier to understand.
Practicing with real people, whether online or in person, builds your communication confidence. When you share stories, describe things, or just say what you did today, you connect English to your real life. That makes learning more meaningful and effective.
Also, when you stop translating, you free your mind to focus on ideas, not just words. That's powerful. You begin to think directly in English, and that's when your fluency really starts to grow. This mental shift is one of the most important steps in becoming fluent.
Daily practice using these techniques gives you consistency. And consistency is the secret to fluency. Even just 10 minutes a day using a timer, storytelling, or describing your surroundings can make a huge difference in your progress over time.
Finally, you'll feel a sense of accomplishment. You'll look back and realize how far you've come, from struggling to form basic sentences to expressing your thoughts naturally. And that's a great feeling. It motivates you to keep going and keep improving.
First, start by choosing a technique that works best for you. If you're new to speaking, begin with simple sentence structures. Write down short sentences like, "I like pizza," or "She plays tennis," and practice saying them out loud several times a day.
Once you feel comfortable with simple sentences, move on to sentence patterns. Create lists with common structures like subject, verb, object. I eat pizza. She reads books. They play football. Practice these out loud, gradually increasing the complexity of the sentences.
Incorporate shadowing into your daily routine. Choose a short sentence from a podcast or video, listen carefully, and repeat the sentence immediately. Try to match the rhythm, speed, and tone of the speaker. The more you do this, the easier it becomes to speak faster and more naturally.
Next, begin training with questions and answers. Write down a list of common questions you might hear in a conversation, like, "Where are you from?" or "What do you do?" Then, practice answering them as quickly as possible. The goal is to get your brain used to reacting fast in conversations.
To push your limits, set a timer. Give yourself 1 minute to make as many sentences as possible using a random word or phrase. For example, choose the word dog and make sentences like, "The dog is running." "I see a dog in the park." This activity helps you practice thinking quickly.
Memorize common phrases that native speakers often use. These can include expressions like, "How are you?" "I don't know," or "Let's go." The key is to have these phrases in your vocabulary, so you don't need to think about them when speaking. They'll come out naturally.
Describing what you see is another great practice technique. Look around and start saying what you see in English. "There's a man walking." "The sky is blue." Or, "I see a car driving by." This will help you get used to speaking about your surroundings, increasing your fluency.
Now, it's time to stop translating mentally. When you see something, think about it directly in English. For example, if you see a cat, just think cat without translating the word from your native language first. This will make your speech more fluent and prevent you from getting stuck.
Storytelling is one of the best ways to practice. Start with a simple story about your day. "I woke up, had breakfast, and went to work." As you improve, try to make the story longer, adding more details. This will help you form sentences more naturally and easily.
Lastly, practicing with others is essential. Join a language exchange group, whether it's online or in person. Speaking with real people is an invaluable way to improve. You'll make mistakes, but that's how you learn, and it helps you build the confidence needed to keep improving.
One common mistake learners make is trying to create overly complex sentences. When you're just starting to speak, it's important to focus on simple structures. Long, complicated sentences can slow you down and increase the chance of errors. Keep it simple at first.
Another mistake is forgetting to practice sentence patterns. If you don't know the basic structures, you'll struggle to build sentences quickly. Practice common patterns like I am, she is, or they are until you don't have to think about them. Repetition is key.
A major error is not using the shadowing technique effectively. You need to listen carefully to the rhythm and intonation of the speaker. If you simply repeat without paying attention to the speed or tone, it won't help you speak more naturally. Shadowing is about mimicking completely.
Learners often hesitate when practicing questions and answers because they're unsure of their responses. The key here is confidence. Don't worry if your answer isn't perfect. Focus on forming a sentence quickly. This will make your conversations flow more easily.
Timer practice can be difficult for beginners because they feel rushed. However, the key is to practice without stressing about making mistakes. Set the timer, but remember, the goal is to think quickly and speak naturally. Don't worry about making every sentence perfect.
One mistake many people make is not learning common phrases. These are essential for fluency, and if you don't use them, you'll often find yourself struggling to find the right words in conversation. Memorize them so you don't have to think twice when they come up.
When practicing describing what you see, many learners focus too much on grammar rather than simply speaking. The goal is to train your brain to form sentences quickly, so don't overthink the details. Just say what you see, even if it's not perfectly structured.
Mental translation is one of the biggest obstacles to fluency. It's natural to want to translate from your native language, but it makes your speech slower. To avoid this, train yourself to think directly in English. This will help you respond faster and with more confidence.
When practicing storytelling, learners often focus on making the story too complicated. Start with small, simple stories and gradually build them up. If you focus too much on details or grammar, you might forget the main point of the story. Keep it simple and clear at first.
Finally, many learners try to practice alone too much. While it's important to have solo practice sessions, interacting with others is essential. You can make mistakes and learn from them, which will help you improve much faster. Try practicing with language partners or in groups.
Now that we've discussed how to build sentences quickly and naturally, it's time for you to put these techniques into practice. Here's your challenge. Set a timer for 1 minute and try to make as many sentences as you can using one simple word, like book or dog.
If you're ready to take it a step further, try the shadowing technique. Find a short English video or podcast and practice repeating what the speaker says immediately after they speak. Focus on the rhythm and try to match their pace to improve your fluency.
Another way to practice is by using question and answer drills. Have a partner ask you questions in English and respond as quickly as you can. If you don't have a partner, you can use apps or even ask yourself questions in front of a mirror. Practice makes perfect.
I recommend trying sentence patterns every day. Start with simple structures like I like or she goes, and gradually add more detail to your sentences. The key is to practice regularly and make it part of your daily routine. Repetition will lead to fluency.
Practice describing what you see around you. Whether you're at home, at work, or out in public, start describing your environment in English. Try to use complete sentences, even if they're simple. This will help you think in English and improve your speaking speed.
For the next challenge, focus on thinking in English rather than translating from your native language. Try taking a walk and describe your thoughts or what you see, but only in English. This exercise helps you connect more directly with the language.
Another fun way to practice is by telling short stories in English. Start with simple stories about your day or an event that happened recently. Then, gradually make the story longer by adding more details. This will help you practice building sentences quickly.
Try setting a goal to memorize 10 common phrases every week. These can be expressions you hear often in conversations, like, "How are you?" or "What's the time?" Memorizing them will make it easier to speak without thinking too much about the words.
If you have a friend or family member who also speaks English, try to practice speaking with them regularly. Set up a time each day where you can talk in English for 10 to 15 minutes. This interaction will help you build confidence and improve your fluency.
Lastly, if you don't have anyone to practice with, consider joining an online language exchange group. You can find language partners from around the world who want to practice speaking in English. This real-life practice will be invaluable in improving your sentence-building skills.
So, to wrap things up, we've covered several key techniques to help you form sentences quickly and speak English with more fluency. We talked about thinking in simple structures, using common sentence patterns, practicing shadowing, and many other practical strategies.
If you've been practicing along with us, you're already on your way to improving your sentence-building skills. Remember, fluency is about consistency, so keep applying these techniques every day to see the real improvement.
We'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, tell us about your experience. What techniques worked best for you? Have you faced any challenges while trying to build sentences quickly? Sharing your thoughts could help others too.
If you made it all the way to the end, it shows you're serious about improving your English. So, leave a comment with the word fluency so we know you're committed to reaching your goals. We'd love to see who's sticking with us until the end.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future lessons. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give us a like. It really motivates us to create more content to help you improve.
Thanks so much for watching today's episode of the Speak English podcast. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, fluency comes with time and effort. See you next time.